Thanks for staying with us. So all these celebrities who, whenever they do anything, they just shut down the whole internet. So yesterday, Nigeria stood still for Kwam 1. He was getting married to, I'm told, his 4th or so wife, out of many others who. So, I mean, that's what they said. I don't know, we'll confirm. But what we have is that he has this fine new bride that came yesterday, Eja Tutu. The tear rubber. I don't know if it's tear rubber. Cha. Fine. Anyways, so the whole of the internet was just watching, oh, girl. Oh, my God. And we were just thinking to ourselves, okay, so now that this new one has come, the existing wives that they for house, how do they accept this new person? What will be the situation in the house? How somebody said they want soon. What does shift mean? Shift to where? How do you shift when there's a lot of pomp and pageantry over this new bride, and you as the existing person? What do you do? So we need understanding. For those of us that we don't understand, we need understanding. So please call us on 081-270-53687. 091-390-7948. Let us know, educate Nigerians in this kind of situation where a man confidently, boldly marries a new wife when he has existing wives. Yes, the polygamist, they will say he is. How do the others function with this situation? I would like to hear from you. But I actually have an uncle who's also a polygamist, Uncle Waidi Fuja. And my producer is going to call him on the phone very soon. So we'll hear his own perspective while we're trying to link up with him. But what are your thoughts on this? So if you are the second wife, okay, I'm told that my uncle is on the line. Okay. Daddy, good morning, sir. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
You reduce the TV so that you talk to me directly.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, sir. So, sir, I told my producers that you're a polygamist. Please reduce your TV. Thank you. I told my producers you're a polygamist. And yesterday, Kwam 1 married his another wife, his latest wife. And we just need some wisdom from you, you know. How do you manage a polygamous home? Let me start with that question.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, sir.
I want to thank you very much for the honor.
Yes, sir.
You see, polygamous, does nobody plan to be a polygamist. Nobody plans to be a polygamist.
Yes.
It happens. And when it happens, it's for you to know. When it happens, it's for you to know how to cope with it. It's like in my own case, I did not plan it. But what I've learned all along is very, very simple because I know you don't have much time.
Yes. Go ahead. You listen to yourself. I think that's...
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
No, don't listen to me on TV. Listen to me on the phone because there's a delay on TV.
Okay.
Please, go ahead. I might have to cut the line right now. Okay, so maybe we'll call him back. Yeah. Well, the point is, everybody's saying your existing wives will have to shift and shift. How do you think?
We have to love them. You have to love women. To understand them is not possible. So when you try to love them, do what they like, listen to them, feel with them, do whatever they want you to do. But when it comes to a lot of women around you, you have to be fair. You have to be just. And you have to make sure that you fear God, particularly in what you do with them. Some women cannot stand it. Some women are naturally not a one-man wife. They need their husband to have plenty wives. Like my own now, I have plenty. Because, you see, it happened to me. I have them when I was in school, when I left high school, when I graduated, all these things. But the cocoa there is just that you have to be fair and be good to them. And don't try to understand the woman.
Don't try.
You cannot understand them. Just make sure you love them. Do what is appropriate for them.
Right.
That is the way I do. I understand. I don't think I have problems. Don't think too much about how to satisfy you. The little you have, make sure they know what you have and give them what you have. They will not complain. Women are very, very reasonable. It is men that hide their reason. I don't have much money. You think I have done polygamous? I have money. I don't have much money. But because I'm very, very straight, open, and direct with them, they know me. And I take care of them to my limit. They enjoy me.
Okay, let me get a few questions in for you, sir.
That people to nightclubs.
Alaji, let me get a few questions in for you, sir. Go ahead, Mariam.
Sir, please, could you help tell us what happens when you're about to get in a latest addition? How do you prepare the ones at home? What happens? How long before that addition comes in do you tell them that the person is coming?
Very simple thing. Our father does not hide their other wives when they are coming in. I will tell my wife, I have another woman outside. And if she likes, she may be annoyed, she may move out, she may do this, she may do that. But in a small time, she will realize that he is a good man. He has told me. And they will stay. If they don't stay, they won't go. They will come back and beg again. So, I'm very, very simple and direct.
Alaji, let me ask you, because you're my whole family, I can ask you this question. How do you manage scheduling the other room matters? What do you do? Is it like, okay, you're Monday, then there are Tuesday. Where is it? How do you schedule other room?
The point is that it is not easy to live with women under the same roof.
Okay.
If they are going to be polygamous, you have to be able to accommodate them. Or even like myself, we don't have money. I marry people that have money so that I can spend time with them. And the money they have is you have to be straight with women. Don't tell them lies. Let them know where you stand. They will stand and appreciate you. You know, that is women for you. They are not like that. The women are very, very straightforward. You know, it is when you try to play games that they get annoyed. You know, that is it for you. I don't know.
All right, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I think we're good. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on this. All right, so
he has broken it down.
So you've heard from Alaji Waidipuja, his experience as a polygamist. He was telling me, okay, I have like 7 of them. You know, some in UK, London, everything, Nigeria.
I know, Morayo, back in the days, in the olden days, a man will marry several wives, and all the wives will take care of themselves.
Yeah.
They will be working, they will have their farmlands. When they have their children, the children will work. So the man is not particularly bothered about what they would eat because the women were independent and they could take care. So the little he gets, however he gets it, he will just try as much as possible to share it equally amongst them, but they are able to take care of themselves. I think that's just the, the model that works. And he has explained to us now you have to be fair. If you are seen to be fair and just, it's easy to handle those women. But the question, and open, yes. But the question now is, I know that before a new wife comes in, back in the day, it's even the
older wives
that would pick the wife that will help the man pick the wife that is coming in. So they're already prepared. They know now our culture permits it. So they are prepared in their hearts that somebody can come after me. And then when the person now comes, you see how they pamper the person, because you are trying to also make your husband feel that you are okay with what is happening. It's your happiness I'm after. So you don't show jealousy and they will just shift you to one corner. So you show love.
They show jealousy.
Can we start talking about new days today?
No, I'm just giving you a background. Okay. So people who are getting into polygamy these days are going to be using the old model because these days is not polygamy. We don't have that.
So this Palmon's new fish
model
knows that there are people in the house. So the people in the house now, what would they do to receive her?
She's at a disadvantage if she says she doesn't know.
Exactly.
Because some women will come in and say, you see, I don't want to meet them. I don't want to live with them. You see those things that all the things you are denying, you're just setting yourself up. My own maternal grandmother didn't have a son early, so she married a new wife for my grandfather. Allah bless his soul. And I grew up meeting her, dealing with that. They all survived him. They still live together in the same house. My grandmother, my paternal grandmother, is a third wife. She met competition, stiff one, because women will bring their own behavior. She was an orphan, and so she didn't have the advantage of going back home to tell or someone to support. And it was really tough for her because she had to have her own farmland tilted and all of that. So my father grew up quick to help.
Okay, let me go on a break. When we come back, we'll open the phone lines and take some messages. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So it's Friday, Celebrity Gist Day, and we just like to gist about celebrities today. So today is Kwamwon. Broke the internet yesterday, and we just thought, let us discuss this matter. So if you are the first or second one, now we don't know nothing about his first, second, third, or fourth wife. We're just hearing public gist and all that. But if I were one of these wives, and I saw and this new You see how fine this woman is? Tall. She looks like, her presence last one are intimidating. You know, she comes in and see all the support, the friends, the family, and all these nice and pump around her entrance. Me that I'm in the house, how will I feel? I don't understand. I need help. How would I even start a conversation? Would I even be able to enter the kitchen again? What will I do? When I see the celebration to bring this woman into my house.
Acceptance.
I think you accept it because you too, you must have enjoyed that.
At my time.
Yes,
okay,
your time.
So it's her time.
Yes, it's her time. Turn by turn. Oh God, that I'm saying it is weird. Anyway, so it's her turn, and I guess if I lived in that sort of situation, I will switch off a lot of things. I would just know I'm here for give birth, stay, you know, that's it. I'm not going to entertain any form of emotions or, you know, romance, never. Because for me, I feel that that is recipe for disaster.
Right.
So I know that this is why I'm here, this is my corner, and this is my lane. I'll be polite to everybody, and I'll face my front.
Let me take Etsu's call. Welcome to Unima. Etsu, are you there? Thanks for calling. Hello, Etsu. You're live. I think we're having connection issues. Yes, Nima, help us out.
So let's not forget that Kwawan recently became the Mayego of Yoruba land. And that title is very traditional. So for traditional titles from where I come and what I know, comes with a new bride, something to launch it in.
Oh.
So yes, so this is, yes, because when my king became king, he used to be a monogamist, stayed in the UK and all of those things. And when he became king, as soon as he became king, they waited for 2 years. Another king now wondered, they did not, now brought his daughter. You have to have a new wife for this. So the Igbo wife.
So this is your own interpretation. Doesn't mean that's what happened.
No, just traditionally. Anybody can rebut it. I'm waiting for callers to rebut it, but that's usual. So, and of course, she's supposed to call me. The wives at home, this should be expected. They should not be shocked at it. To make it easy for people, because me, I don't want to be emotional. To make it easy for you is to accept it. Know the man that you married. You cannot marry a Mayegu and want to be a single wife. If it happens to you, you are the luckiest woman on earth. It is rare. You are an Oba.
But I married you before you became Mayegu.
Now you have had one wife for so long. But since he married, we've recently heard of a new wife.
Yeah.
One new. Yes, Naomi has a new wife.
On top of Naomi?
Yes.
No. That's not correct. Where did you get that from?
You people are not online.
No.
I'll quickly find
Please.
At the last traditional festival
it is now. It's only Naomi there.
She was. I say she was a.
I'm telling you that it's not correct.
Okay, don't worry.
Google it. It's not correct.
It's not
only has one wife.
Yeah.
Please.
It's not correct.
Yeah, it's not correct. Oh,
I'm
correct.
coming to you.
Let me go on take this call. I think I have Joshua. Joshua, are you there? Joshua, are you there? I think we're having phone issues. Hello? Go ahead. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Okay, this is my first time of calling.
Welcome to the show.
Okay. Yes, we are in Africa. In Africa, that is our culture.
Okay. Culture.
So it depends on the man to decide. Okay, I want to be with one man. You understand? Or it decide. Okay, I want to marry more than one wife. You understand? When you marry more than one, even our forefathers, the reason why they are married more than one wife, because they will now. You will take all the wives to the farm. They will farm. Everything they farm belongs to the man. They will eat from there. They will work, and the man will take care of them. You understand? As I'm talking to you now, my father married 4 wives, and 4 wives live in the same compound.
Wow.
He built 2-bedroom flats from them. So he shares the woman every week. Once it's your turn, a week you will go there. You are in charge of that man. My father's house for that week.
Interesting.
Thank you. Your time every week you will go there. Once your 1 week is over, you will go there, remove your best friend, whatever, and remove it. Where the other one you will go and.
All right. Thank you, Joshua. For I think we get the picture. But you see, going back to this Kwamon story, I don't understand. I know Kwamon has money, obviously, but. How did he approach a woman like that? I understand. Because Because he seemed really, really smallish, you know, like, you know, and the guy is like this. Look at her. She's very, I mean, she's like a model, like a supermodel. Like, she's like a goddess.
Yes,
she's like a goddess. And like, hey, this small, my good, quiet man, you know, it's like, can you handle this thing you just came to carry?
He can. But you know, your uncle also helped us understand that sometimes you also marry women who are accomplished, right? So they can take care of themselves. And what they really need is maybe to just have your name and that association with you.
Exactly.
You know how marriage in Africa sort of gives a woman covering, respect. So that could be it for some women. Like, okay, I just need to have that Maegun title, Mrs. Maegun on my side. I can take care of everything. I'm good.
So the title is for him alone.
I hear that.
The title is, if she had been married and took the title with him, maybe Maegun and Olori, Maegun or something.
Okay.
But as his wife now, you should have
Olori now.
Now she only.
And they'll be co-Oloris.
All of them will be co-Maegun. So I wanted to say that somebody was saying on YouTube that he actually does not live with the wives, so they live in different places. So that's also one way, to handle it. And I know my father is a polygamist. He never lived with all his wives. You marry, you come, you finish your tenure, you go, another one comes. So we're used to having that sort of thing. But I wanted us to look at the competition of, you know, being in the same place where you have a man has 4 wives and they're all living together. You know, this one that Miriam said she will just focus on her focus, will not work there. Because you need to find a way to still be interesting to your husband. So if you just focus on yourself, they can kick you out of the game. Everybody will be humble. Everybody will be humble enough to play. And what you're playing is to get the love and attention of your husband when it's your turn. So you'll be on your best behavior. Even if you don't like the other wives, you won't show him that you don't like the other wives. You will act like you're the one that is peaceful. I give you peace. Once you put your head on my laps, peace will follow you.
What does he give me in return?
But you see, I want to
you chose to marry into polygamy.
I want to draw your attention to the pictures we just saw a moment ago. If we can get our producers to put it back, where this are the children of Kwamwon, welcoming all around this new wife. I'm told that these are his children. Now, what that also suggests is that they have accepted this new bride.
They don't have a choice.
You know, this is more. So, as a woman, when my children are there, surrounding the new wife of their father. Hey, blood of Jesus. Now, how would you handle it?
What do you want
if your
to
children, I'm just saying, your children are there. My own children, they may be alright. They now, so their daddy now has a new wife, and they all gather around her. How does
it start with your children?
Enjoy yourself.
For polygamy, for polygamist. I remember, I cannot mention the man's name. I wanted my sister to be his polygamous third wife. He looked for his daughter, who was her namesake, to ask her out. In fact, they were age mates.
I've heard of that.
So by the time she's coming in, that's her first friend. If she doesn't understand the father, the daughter will be an intermediary. It's not news. People do things that will make it work for them. Then the competition really is in the mind. For some women, if they like, they put one in the UK, the other one in Alaska.
Australia.
If the competition is in their mind, they will compete. Whereas for some, they'll put them in the same accommodation, and they'll just see that they've earned the sister. They will not see it differently. My grandmother used to say that the first wife of my grandfather gave her a sister. She was an orphan and she thought she had a mom when she came into the house because of that woman. And she sort of adopted our only surviving child when she passed. So we thought my dad had an elder brother growing up. So women have ways that make this work. But if it isn't working, it is largely, most times, like a 70% women issue, where one is dressing too much. You know those kind of competition you mentioned to get the attention of your husband. You're looking to this, you're looking to that. For those polygamists that have survived, when they are going to the spa, his boss. The same thing you want to do.
Everybody will do it.
Yes. We are going to spa, we are going to this, we are going to that.
Wearing and co. Is that not what God gave you?
So going by what Alaji just said earlier, so if you're a polygamist, you obviously have to be rich to be a polygamist, because
not necessarily.
You have. I'm just saying, like, it's for them to be happy and feel like you're teaching them fairly. You have different houses for them, or they live in different houses. So the other room matters. For example, you can put it on schedule. So Monday I'm with your house. You don't know what's going on. You don't hear any sounds.
But if they would have different houses, they could also do monthly schedules.
Yes.
Or maybe summer, winter schedules.
Yeah. So I'm here Monday.
This is Nigeria.
well, I mean, January I'm here.
No.
Next month I'm next door.
No.
Like,
You have children too that you need to see
No,
regularly.
children you'll be seeing them now. I'm talking about, I'm saying like other room care and
Yeah, but
other
that's
things.
one model. There's another model where all of you live, even if you have the money. You have a big compound.
Yes.
Everybody has their rooms.
MK Abiola had that. In the sense he had like there were I think it was bungalows, each for each wife, all of them, everybody. And I know
and then the children go to school together.
Yes.
There was one in our my secondary school. Then the bus that brings the family. If I knew all the children,
so you need
they come
you need to
together.
have money, and you have to have money.
Even if you don't have money, if the women have money, they can take care of themselves. I also remember one time, Sir Shina Peters came on our show.
Yes.
And he spoke about how he would do his best for them, and then the wives would do the rest.
Yes.
So, and it got me thinking that wouldn't that cause some sort of inequality and anger and competition amongst children? Because if your own mother has more, first of all, you may go to a better school than the rest. You may get to travel, you know.
Yes.
So how do you really keep that family together?
Yeah, that's another angle.
Yes, but I've seen a woman who is, you know, I think the first wife somehow are a bit more accommodating. They have a large... No, I think so. I think they have a large house. Someone like Mariah now would work well as a first wife. Because I know she firsthand. She had a large heart. No, I know what I'm saying. She has a very large heart.
Someone said that, I don't have large heart. We're going to bring large heart about forget.
So you see that even when some of the women are making so much money, they find a way to balance it. Okay, my money can afford so school for my children, but I don't want to be the only one that my children goes to the school. Don't worry, let's find a middle ground. When they are traveling, they shop for everybody, even if it's their own personal money. Just make the children, because the truth is, you have, as a woman in that family, you have all the children. They belong to you. Nothing outside happens to them, they won't mention your name. So if you accept them as your own children.
Like a perfect first wife. Let me
yes,
perfect first wife.
Sabi the game.
She knows it all out.
Don't try me. So you will make a second wife.
See, wear your large heart. Look at her.
You
have large heart.
It's easy to tell another woman she can take it.
See how she was describing it.
I have lived it.
Dr. Moyo, are you there? You're live. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're live.
Yeah, happy weekend.
Happy weekend to you too.
Yes, I'm with Nima on this one. If you marry a polygamist, just get ready that at any time it can be replaced. Like some people were throwing jabs on social media yesterday. They said her name is Rocco, so she can also be replaced at any time. So you prepare your mind that your time is just for a season. At any time, you have another person coming. Then, as for your children, do your best to reconcile all of them. Yeah, I'm not a polygamist. I don't believe in polygamy. Yeah. But you open your eye, you saw this man is a polygamist. You know that it cannot stop anytime soon. If you marry a celebrity musician or a politician or traditional person, just know that you are fighting a lot back to thinking that he will be a monogamist. So choose the kind of man you will marry. You know his mindset. Live happily and peacefully. How many years do we have in this life that we'll be fighting over everything?
Thank you very much.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. There was a model like there's a polygamist that I know that I grew up with. I won't mention his name, but in that house, in the compound, he had quite a few flats for all his wives. Now, what he did for the children to ensure there's uniformity, everything concerning they had the same lesson teacher. A bus takes all of them to school together. All the children come out of your flat, enter the same bus, takes you to school, come back, you go to the same lesson. They have the same. He hired chef that have the same food schedule for everybody. So if you're eating toast this morning, your house,
so it's like living in
dormitory. Yeah, same toast. Everybody eating breakfast. Same, you know, he uniformed. He made it so it was uniform, so that nobody felt that one side is being favored over.
Behind.
Holidays they did together. Paid for everybody's traveling abroad together. So he had the money to do. So it goes back to, can a poor man be a polygamist? That is the question.
Yes.
How?
So if one wife, like one I saw, one wife had a cafeteria, what they call Mama Put. She was a cook. So nobody else cooked in that marriage. Then there's also one where the senior wife, as soon as a young wife comes, certain responsibilities that she had to take care of for daddy. She promoted to resting. She only dealt with her own personal needs. She doesn't care how his clothes are washed, or the young wives deal with that. She does not care when food is ready. All she has to do is show daddy it's ready, and they will bring her home. because she's assistant daddy. You know, all of that.
I like how you put it.
So, you see, it's the way you see it. It's what you focus
mommy
on.
of the house.
Yes. Then, you have some family members who make it work. I had an uncle who didn't like the first wife. Not my uncle, really. Who didn't like his first wife. So, my dad said he decided to start to marry plenty wives. The first wife was dark skinned, so all the pepperito, Tony Tomatoes came after her. And so there was an imbalance. The first wife was almost neglected. And because my father was Alpha, I knew the line that he must do justice between all four. He became their distributor for food. Every month, the money must come to my father. Equal will be shared to the four wives. And some of the new wives who were already having an extra edge of collecting extra did not like that. My father made sure, told him, said, this is the only way you can be fair. If you allow the distribution of these women and their needs distract you and you abandon one, that one to account against you. So he made sure he did that. And when we grew older, when they wanted to go and marry from that man's house, we heard the story, how it worked from the first
so there's
wife.
another angle,
Fuji house
which I think
of
which you kind of subtly raised. When as a wife, you're a normal person, you feel you look good, you look okay, and both of you are together. But when your husband is going to bring another person, this is tomato that is very flashy and is very, very fashionista, that looks, there's almost times 10 you. As a woman, how would you feel? That's our next segment. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, now. All right. So, Father in heaven. So, when this new babe, I mean, you're married, and I said when you married your husband, you're just plain old Jane. You know, you don't do your hair. You know, and he loves you like that. You're just a regular person, and he loves you like that. Both of you grew together. You grew the wealth together. Just for second wife to come, and she should set like this goddess-looking woman, like very flashy, upgraded. That you can see that this one her hair, full of option. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, have mercy. Oh, me as a first wife.
Military governors' wives will give you gist, because we remember then when they make a military person a governor. Old wife that has been with him in the barracks, so following him, climbing bike together and everything. He now becomes governor. They'll now get new wife that can read, because this one does not know how to read. But when they met her, you know, they were all in the streets together, you know, while he's growing up the ranks. She has been in the barracks taking care of children. He's now a governor. He needs someone that can represent the new office. Hot, sometimes yellow, speaking English, you know, and where they had so many I'm sure there were many
heartbroken women. Just sit down and just be looking at
some of them, we used to hear their gist in the news where they will fight. We've heard of some that would now want to bleach their skin to look like the other one that has been brought in, you know. So different ways that women can handle this. I just feel that if it is not your portion, if you don't like this sort of thing, don't even be there. So I think you'll be miserable. But, you know, in the Hausa community, I know that usually they prepare the wife at home before the other one comes. They'll buy you stuff. They will give you gifts. You know, so... And, you know, as your uncle said, some of them are told. But now, I've heard a lot of people complain that sometimes they don't know. They just hear that their husband who says, I'm going for a business trip. Your husband has got to marry a second wife or a third wife. I think it's important to be, you know, I'm a man that can marry more than one wife. This is likely to happen. And then let us also now put it on the table. When you decide to move on to the next person or bring someone else, please, I would like to have this and this and this. I want my own flat and make sure I don't have to, I don't want to share a place. Yes. Let us make it like, because I don't know, if I'm all that first wife to you, become accommodated, I need you to give me something in return that will give me peace of mind.
But so how do you think Kwamon approached a woman like this? Because, I don't understand.
Kwamon does not approach
If I were this woman,
when he was here, he said Kwamon. He's One, King, Wasiu, Ayinde Marshal.
Hey.
Oluwaye Fuji, the #1.
Hey.
Women approaching. Hey. Women need this security.
Nima is the spokesperson.
Wait, let me tell you, women want to marry class and title.
Yes.
Okay. Women want to form Olori. I know a Delta woman who married one Oba in Lagos. Let me not call the area because it's our yes.
Why
she's just happy being there. She's Olori.
Yes.
Even if it's number something behind. It doesn't matter.
Wealth of fame.
When she goes home, and whenever they have something to do at home, Oba will escort her. They will escort her. They will form Olori in their place. Everybody else will correct when she's coming. Olori is coming. Okay, so women want to marry class. Women will go to people like Kwawan and say, please,
just give me your name.
Me. I will pay. I will even take care of you, not you. Yeah. So these things are not new because we've seen them said and they've actually worked for some women. It is the reassurances that a man gives a woman when they are starting life. That's where problem is.
We have to wrap on this.
Wait, a young man saying to his new wife that after you now I will never marry another wife. So that one is in a dreamland, and so she's shocked when the wife is coming.
So you know how your husband was interested in you because of some things that you had. My advice to every woman, whether you are a single, you're in a monogamous relationship or a polygamous relationship, is to maintain that first.
Leave that thing.
See now, listen now. I talk to people who their marriages are broken, and there's some things that I hear, which I am trying to now find solutions for other people, so you don't make the same mistake. So try as much as possible. I know that things will change, especially when you have kids and all that, but try as much as possible to maintain that which you were given in the first place. So, for instance, if you have a good character, that you are peaceful, you are not nagging, you don't suddenly in the marriage start nagging because somebody else has come. You will lose, hold on, you will lose that opportunity. If you are somebody who used to, the way I used to pepperly like this now, then I'll now relax. I won't do anything. No, hold on now. I won't do anything again because I feel I am married. I'm relaxed in that position. Yeah. And then somebody else comes, they will kick you out. So you need to try as much as possible to maintain, don't ask me any questions. Let me to maintain that first thing. So that, hold on, so that even if you move on to another wife, you are focused on working on yourself. You won't be bothered that, of course, you not let me finish now. You won't be bothered that they are moving on to somebody who is prettier than you because you know the value that you have. No, you are married to a polygamous couple. You will take care of yourself.
Okay, there are some men that will marry because you are tall, slim, and everything. The second one, they marry her because she's voluptuous and she's full and
so they want all of
everything.
I will maintain my tall, slim and be myself.
Yes. So you can maintain your tallness and your slimness how much you like. You can never be voluptuous and whatever, except if you go under the knife. Secondly, there are some that marry people because they are, she's so peaceful and quiet. Oh my God. When I come to the house, it's peace. Then they marry the one that gives them fire.
Yeah, because they like it.
She's excited.
What I'm hearing her say that you've heard, you said your own.
Yes.
What she's saying is that there's a man that wants everything.
Yes.
So he wants you be at this one.
So stay where he wants you. See, my point is, stay where he wants you for that marriage.
So let me tell you,
that you don't lose yourself.
Give my own example.
You know, we're talking about how do you feel. That's why I'm asking this question. So you don't lose yourself trying to please him. He makes you as this person. Stay as that person.
This point we're making is extremely important. And it's important that I even reiterate it somehow, because in my own mother's case, my mother was an industrious woman, owned businesses. She's a wife. She was a daughter of the Ààrẹ of Lagos. She came from a very successful family. So she was doing well, and so there now she wasn't the kitchen person. So she was a very so my father was a lawyer. This nice Lagos girl, they fell in love, did everything together. His second wife, however, she's from the Republic of Benin. Very good in the kitchen. She makes the best French orishi couscous today. When you go to her house, you're eating also assorted.
So let me ask you, did your mother now start fighting to be in the kitchen?
No.
That is my point. So
the area you want, the area where they carry you from, just stay there.
Stay there.
Also,
function well there.
Marry because of their class. Like the in this case. I'm taking it again.
Which one? No, but
Ashley.
No.
Check your Google now. Don't embarrass us.
We know.
I need that one. Shift. She's been promoted.
Yeah.
Are you for real?
Olori Ashley is there now.
She's been promoted. So It's because
if
the Oni.
you hear her own attributes that she's bringing in, that she's a good woman who is very generous to the king and had always been like a financial backbone. But their marriage was delayed because she had a child out of wedlock. So she's bringing her variety. And if you see her, she's so different from the one
other one.
She knows her place.
She knows her place.
So, because he's the Oni, you cannot expect him to be a monogamist. That's all.
Hey, let's go on a break.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to be wrapping up on this issue of polygamy. Let's take a few messages from YouTube and Facebook. Yes.
Bilikis Morenike says, anyone marrying an entertainer knows what they're getting into, especially the likes of K1. The man is almost aging backwards, but it's different strokes. Lotus Sunflower says, not for me too. I refuse to share. I thank God that I'm not in that position, and I will forever be grateful to God, because not everyone asks for it, but life happens. Corey Williams says, to satisfy one woman na jump plus GCE for 90s, not to talk of multiple women. That's now if you not die young self.
One has always been attracted to beautiful women. Check out all his wives. They're all beautiful, both black and yellow purple. But this rapport took a step further by having having a classy and Omar loud kind of wedding. You know, men agree to anything when they are in love. I wish them happy married life. Let her enjoy it while it lasts.
Adepoju says, Westerners are also polygamous. What will you call someone who marries more than 3 times? Please, don't think only Africans are doing what people don't like. Omuete says, busy trying to change women, but forget about opposite sex. Men don't like that.
All right, so we have to wrap up on this, but really congratulate Kwamwon and his new bride. We say that may they enjoy happiness, joy, peace, love, and acceptance in the home, because obviously he has a big heart, and his wives have big hearts to accept others, and we only wish them the best. And as the children said, welcome home, welcome home. So we also say to the new wife, Emanuela Rocco, welcome home. Cabo.
Who's home?
I don't know.
Welcome home, our wife.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.